Okay guys, I am back and I wanted to show you something that I've kind of been working on. And you know me, I'm always late to the game, right? But I do love when I see something. And I feel like I want to share it with you. I'm going to do it even though I'm late to the game. Alright, so what I'm doing is I just put down some towels because I was warping this plastic piece that I have done here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to wax some things. And I want to show you just like the different paper mediums. This right here is the parchment paper that I've been telling you about that I get from Walmart. So we're going to do one or two of those. I haven't done a green one yet, so I want to show you the different when you use different mediums, what you get when you wax. And that way maybe it will encourage you to do it maybe, or have some fun with it. And I could tell you where I get some of my stuff, but okay, so this digital right here is Nikki at Musings by Nikki, her sunflower kit, and I'm going to be using that. And then these right here, I'm going to do two of them. This is background, or the grungy wallpapers from Lorna, and this is printed on like cheap copy paper. So, and then I have a cardstock piece that we'll do. Let me get that out and we'll ink it now so that, excuse my reach, so that we get a full-on view of what's going to happen. And take it with a grain of salt. I'm not very experienced with it, so yeah, there's that. But I have been having a play with it, and I think I'm getting a little better at it. So again, this is another one out of Nikki's sunflower kit. So the beeswax that I have came from Brambleberry. Let's see if I can get it out without spilling a bunch of stuff. And I got this stuff ages ago. And mine is yellow. I know you can buy it like in white. So yeah, Brambleberry. This is the stuff, this is the company I usually get all my like soap making stuff from. So, and like essential oil, like, well, no, I don't get my essential oils there. I just usually get like the soap stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit around this one, and I'm not going to worry oop, that's a lot. I'm not going to worry too much about extra spills per se. Because then I will mop it up. Since it's on this mat, I will mop it up from off my mat with other pieces. So you guys are going to hear the dryer. I know that I tend to try not to have like really noisy stuff in my video, but so you may want to turn down your volume. I don't know how much it is. And one thing I will say, when you're doing this, don't go directly down because you're going to blow your wax everywhere. I usually, when I start like way up here and kind of just slowly start to melt it, and then I'll come down. And like I said, I put towels down to kind of try to help stop warping my plastic on the bottom, or whatever that is. Okay, so I'm pretty much now starting to get it melted. And be careful, if you're not careful, you're gonna burn yourself with your little dryer. I've seen this done. I think Lori at Grammy's Keepsake just did one with the see how there's like bubbles there? I'm just gonna flip. Oops. Like I said, be careful, you can burn yourself. She does hers with an iron. See, and I'm just picking up the extra wax and putting it on the stems here. So that's how I figured out how to do like the, ooh, and you want to be careful not to burn your paper. Okay, so that one is pretty much done. So we're going to set it aside. And this guy, finish melting it here. So yep, this one's just going to be a quick little video, guys, and I'm going to just drag it through the wax a little bit. Just making sure it's all coated, and you can actually see it getting coated. Like it does turn shiny. Okay, so while we got it all warmed up, put this one, and like this is the parchment. And then once you start getting the wax melted, you can start pushing it out to the edges on your bigger pieces. I don't know if the camera's picking any of that up. And then I just start moving it around to pick up the pieces that are already melted up through here, to kind of pick up the spots so far that have not been covered. So a bit messy, but completely adorable when done. So see, I just picked up all the extra here, and it's pretty much all into my projects now. So put one little spot. Come on. There we go. Now it's all covered. Okay, see how that's turning out? Very pretty, huh? Okay, we'll set that aside. I'm going to take a little more off those edges since it's still wet. Or hot, I should say. Just so we don't have a big blob hanging out there. Okay. Alright, so let's try this one here. This is the cardstock. Actually, and I'm getting beeswax everywhere. Okay, I'm going to take those and move those out of the heat zone, so to speak. Oh my gosh, I'm really liking this whole thing. It does take a little while to get used to doing. And these pellets are like, I don't want to say softer than the other stuff I've used before, but it is. This one's more of a quicker melting because it's small pills, I guess. They're not as big as some of the other ones I've seen other people use, so that's probably too many. But again, I'm going to start way up at the top so that I'm not blowing them everywhere, hopefully. Just get them started to melt, and then once they're starting to melt, then you can, oh, and I bumped the camera, sorry guys. There we go. Cardstock does seem to eat more of your wax, if you will. I do think you should watch your heat levels too, insofar as like you don't want it obviously starting your paper on fire, so to speak. But it is interesting because you can tell exactly where you've been and where you should be going. See, I'm starting to burn my paper there, or the wax, I'm not sure which. And I do wonder if you were to use, yeah, I don't really have that much wax left to mop up. If you were to use white, if it gives it a little bit different, like, texture. Make sense? And I'm gonna need 1 or 2 more little pieces of wax in here. Because there's, if you can tell, right here, and right here, there wasn't quite enough. So we'll fix that by putting some in there. I did mean to get out some tweezers too. Okay, so I have a little bit here of leftover stuff. So, but I've got plenty of flowers that I cut out of Lorna's papers. So we're just gonna mop up the hot wax with other flowers. Again, be careful. You could end up burning your fingers if you're not careful. Ooh, warm, warm. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put down a couple more beads here and just kind of continue to mop up and get this guy wet. That does get warm, so yeah, maybe an iron might be better. I don't know. Maybe we'll try that in a video coming up. I can't even keep it in my hands. Wily little thing. Just keep chasing it around my mat. Yeah, that's awesome, huh? So yeah, really cool thing. Well, not cool. Like, so my lady at my local store, she is, I think you've already heard by now, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember in which order I recorded the videos, but yeah, she is actually closing. The deal fell through. So Yeah, she ended up giving me this really cool mat to work with. And so thank you, Patsy. It is awesome. You were right. Yes, yes. I got lots of cool things that I will share with you guys soon. I don't know if I'll do like a separate video with it or not, or I don't know. We'll just have to see. And I got some really cool Happy Mail that I need to film the video too. Yeah, that worked much better. Putting a towel down underneath it to kind of keep the heat off of, because it's starting to kind of warp a little bit, because, you know me. Okay, so let's find a black piece of paper to show you, because I think that might actually highlight it the best. Or do I have a piece of scrapbook paper that would do it? Probably not handy. All right, talk amongst yourselves for a second, and let me grab a black piece of cardstock, because I think that's how you'll really see it the best. Okay. So it just gives, just to give you an idea, this, yeah, I cut a bunch of these. This is obviously not waxed. That is waxed. So if you can kind of see that, hopefully the light is showing you, it just gives it a cool, different look. So that one's not waxed. This one is. And this is out of the same paper. So it gives you kind of an idea of like the browns, how it kind of changes those a little bit. So those are our flowers. I don't know how I'm going to use these, but I think they're super cool. Okay, and then that was the lighter color one that we did. This is the parchment, and I really like the parchment paper one because you can, let's see if I have something just a little bit, it layers up really cool, and you can kind of almost see the images behind it, okay? So, and then this is the cardstock. So it's not a see-through. I mean, you can still kind of see like colors, but maybe not shapes through it. But like with this one, you can. I really love that. So I think if you were to like cut out black flowers and put them behind there, that would be a really cool addition. So sorry guys that this isn't a really long one, but it was a fun one, at least for me. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will just talk to you soon. Bye guys.